Good morning, students. We are on lesson 25 today. Again, we are in the module 4 book. We're almost done with it. This is actually the last concept the book teaches, which is division of fractions. We haven't done this yet. We've only done multiplication of fractions for a long time. So this is the first day of division of fractions. So I'm on page 179. Find it quickly, put your name and date. I will read the objective. Divide a whole number by a unit fraction. So we're dividing a whole number by a unit fraction. And the directions are draw a tape diagram, or I will also substitute tape diagram for circles. If you want to draw circles, I'll show you how to do it. It might be easier. And a number line, I will say that's optional as long as you draw something to solve. Fill in the blanks that follow. Okay, so I'm going to teach you a trick. I'm also going to teach you how to draw it for division of fractions. The first thing I'm going to do is show you how to draw it. So we have 3 holes. Let's just say they're pizzas. So I'm going to draw 3 whole circles. Okay, each of those pizzas are going to be divided into thirds. So that means you need to draw lines inside them so that there's 3 pieces. Okay, do you agree? I just divided them into thirds. Now, I can figure out all the answers to these problems based on my picture. It says there are how many thirds in one hole? Okay, here's one hole. How many thirds are there? That's right, there's 3. So I'm going to put 3. And does that make sense? 3 thirds equals 1. Yep, there are 3 thirds in one hole. The next one says there are blank thirds in 3 holes. Okay, so count all the thirds in all of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. A shortcut to finding that, I could have done 3 times 3 equals 9. And the last one, it says, if 3 equals 1/3. So if 3 is 1/3. So they're saying if one of these thirds is a 3, that would mean all of them are 3s. This is 3, this is 3, this is 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. What is the whole? So let's look at just one of them. It just wants one whole. So how many 3s? Add them up. 3, 6, 9. So that means one whole would be 9 thirds. So we just found all of these answers with drawing. If you prefer to do a tape diagram, then same thing. This whole thing would be 3, and you would divide it into thirds. I'm not going to keep going with that one though. I want to show you a trick. So do you remember with multiplication of fractions, you let's pretend this is 3 is 1/3 of 3. Sorry, my bad. Okay, so remember the of means multiplication, and how we'd solve this is we just put a 1 on the bottom, multiply straight across. We get 3/3. Okay, that's how you do multiplication of fractions. For division of fractions, you actually do the reciprocal. I'll show you. So this is our problem for division. I just copied this right here. So you can go ahead and put a 1 below the 3. That doesn't change. But this is what we have to do. You're going to change, you're going to do the reciprocal of division, which is multiplication. Reciprocal means like flip it. So if I flip this sign, I have to flip this fraction. So this 3 becomes your numerator and the 1 becomes your denominator. And this is what it would look like. My first fraction does not flip. It stays the same. Okay, so I just rewrote the fraction. This first fraction stayed the same. The second fraction, I had to write the reciprocal, and I switched the sign. Now it's a multiplication of fraction problem, and I can solve it the same way I did up here, multiplying straight across. 3 times 3 is 9. 1 times 1 is 1. 9 divided by 1 is 9. I'm done. We just solved the same problem that we got over here. There are 9 thirds in 3 wholes. Okay? So that's 2 ways to solve it. So I'm going to do B with you, and then you'll do C and D by yourself. If this is easy for you, feel free to pause the video and work ahead by yourself, and you can unpause and watch it quickly to check. Okay, let's do the second one. 3 divided by 1/4. While it's fresh in your brain, I'm going to do the division of fraction problem just like we just did. So here's our problem. I'm going to put a 1 as my denominator. Now I'm going to take the reciprocal, which is multiplication, and the reciprocal of this fraction. What is it? That's right, 4/1. You can copy me right now with your pencil. And this fraction will stay the same. Remember, if I'm going too fast, just pause the video. And then copy it down and catch up and then unpause it again. Now, I have a multiplication of fraction problem, and I can multiply straight across. 3 times 4 is 12. 1 times 1 is 1. 12 divided by 1 is 12. So I know our answer, or our product, or I should say our quotient, because it's a division, is going to be 12. So now let's go back here and draw it. Okay, so we have 3 holes again, so I'm going to draw 3 pizzas. I like drawing the circles as opposed to tape diagrams for this activity, but you're welcome to do a tape diagram. And I'm going to divide all of them into fourths. Okay, do you agree? I divided each of the holes into 4 pieces. Okay, so now let's fill out the blanks. There are how many fourths in 1 hole? Okay, here's 1 hole. There are 4 fourths. Okay, that makes sense because 4 divided by 4 is 1. Now the next question. There are how many fourths in... Oh, I guess I get to choose the answer because it has a blank here. So I'm going to say in all of them, just like they did in the problem above. So we have 3 holes here because we started out with the 3. So how many fourths do we have in all of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. And that's what we got over here. That was our 12. Let's see what they ask in the last one. If 3 is 1/4, what is the whole? Okay, so they're saying if one of these little pieces, the fourth, is actually equal to 3, then this would be 3, and this would be 3, and this would be 3, and this would be 3. So what would the whole be? 3, 6, 9, 12. I got the same answer again. All right, we did it. Okay, so using these 2 examples, I want you to solve C and D by yourself right now. Good job. Pause the video. Okay, if you unpause the video, it means you're done with C and D, and I'm just going to check the multiplication with you. So I'm just going to solve it mathematically. Let me zoom in, sorry. Okay, so this one would be 4/1 times 3/1. So you should have gotten 12/1 equals 12. This one would be 5/1 times 4/1, because we do the reciprocal. Sorry, you can't see what I'm doing. Multiply straight across would be 20/1 equals 20. Okay, so those are the 2 answers for C and D. Give yourself a check or a star if you got them correct. All right, use this to help you with the next page. So turn to the next page. I'm on page 180 right now, and this is still lesson 25, and we'll do this one together. So this says divide, then multiply to check. Okay, so here we go. I put a denominator, so I have 2/1. Then I would do the reciprocal times, and I flip the fraction, 4/1 instead of 1/4. Multiply straight across, and I get 8 over 1 is 8. Okay, so that means 2 divided by 1/4 equals 8. If you are confused or doubting this answer, I'll draw it for you. I have 2 holes. I divide them both into fourths. And I count how many pieces I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's how we got the 8. Okay? So I would like you to do B, C, and D. If you want to do more of them, that's fine. But these are the required ones. Okay. Pause the video. Ready, go. If you unpause the video and are ready to check it, I'm just going to check B with you. So here we go. 6 over 1 times 2 over 1 multiply 12 over 1 equals 12. 6 divided by 1/2 is 12. If you want me to draw it, I would draw 6 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And divide all of them in half. And how many pieces would I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We just proved it. All right, great job. I would like you to do number 3 and draw it. Make sure you draw it. And then number 4 is a fun bonus challenge. I always encourage you to challenge yourself, so try it. All right, great job.